You're watching Money Talk Viewpoint, and I'm Chantel Wilson. We're the podcast for investors because we bring on special guest experts to share their expertise with you to help you grow your net worth. My guest speaker today is Don Spafford. He's going to share something with us about passive income. Don, how are you?
I'm doing great, Chantel. Thanks a lot for having me here today.
Thank you for joining us today. Now, you're going to tell us a little bit about passive income. Tell me what exactly do you do? And I'm going to share with the audience, and I'm going to share to just a speaker view so they can just listen to you alone.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so what I do is I provide passive income and wealth creation opportunities through real estate. I work primarily with two different distinct separate groups. One that provides long-term hold opportunities with build-to-rent communities for massive wealth building, and the other, which I think we're more focusing on today, is Beyonder Holdings, which provides higher than average cash flows through a very unique type of real estate, RV resort campgrounds.
When you say higher than average, how do you determine what's higher than average cash flow?
Yeah, so typically we are targeting properties that can deliver an average of 12 to 15% cash on cash, which is currently double or triple what you typically see in most other forms of real estate these days. So that's for most people that's double-digit cash on cash is kind of a unicorn right now. So we are still able to deliver those types of returns with these types of properties.
Now I'm going to say something else. You're talking about RV campgrounds.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with it as an investment strategy, and I'm assuming that there are a lot of people like myself that didn't think of it as an investment strategy. How did you get into this particular niche market?
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. Myself, even just a few years ago, I was in that same boat. So I've been investing in real estate since 2017. Investing in the stock market though since basically 2008 really. I took advantage of all the downshifts to get in, but I was as I was searching for again more opportunities where I could get these double-digit or higher cash on cash returns from investment properties. I was going through the motions as most people do, looking at multifamily apartment buildings or self-storage or things like that. And on average, what I was seeing were about maybe a 6 to 8% cash on cash was kind of average at that time. This was in maybe early 2021. And so I was searching for something better. I was like, there's got to be something else out there that's maybe is not known as much or just unavailable to most people. So I was just researching and happened to come across RV campgrounds. And kind of like yourself, I was a bit surprised that it was something you could invest in at like an institutional type level. If that was more of just your the mom and pop owners and buyers were buying them, and other than some of the major groups that are out there. But it was at that time, I guess, still relatively new for institutional type investing. And so I researched more about it and learned about it and networked with people that are in that space. And I eventually met the guys who are now my partners. I got into it in 2021 because I saw the great potential that was there and what was to come, I guess, kind of down the road, seeing the future of where things were heading in both the multifamily side and also the potential for these types of properties that was kind of at that time, again, not known, as you mentioned, and kind of unheard of. So we're kind of the forerunners, I guess, to make this known to the wide masses.
Two very good points you brought out. Like a lot of people, you started the same way most of us in looking at RV camp. It never crossed my mind. It's like you brought up a strong point that you started the same way. You didn't know about it at all, and you learned about it, found out that passive income. I think that's the most important point. Passive income.
Exactly.
And I think that we had to point out to people when we're talking passive income. That means that they're not going out there fixing toilets and sinks. Right. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah. As a passive investor, you get all the benefits, the income, the tax depreciation, the appreciation that you're creating wealth, all those great benefits that come from it without having to deal with any of the problems.
How long have you been doing? Now you said you started in 21. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So I mentioned I was already investing since 2017 in real estate, and I started with some fourplexes and got some other development projects and other things, but I was actively searching for some multifamily assets to either purchase as like a JV type of deal or even to invest as an LP investor myself, passive invest in somebody else's syndication. And as I mentioned, I was primarily focused on the cash flow was my number one goal. But above the equity multiples or anything else, I wanted the cash flow. And I was not impressed with what I was seeing in other things, and just was on the hunt, searching for what else is out there. There's got to be something that could be much higher cash on cash returns. And as it so be, at the time, I was working from home, and during the day as I'd work, I'd listen to podcasts just like this one. And one day I heard on a podcast actually somebody else talk about RV campgrounds, and that's kind of where this like light bulb came on. I was like, wait a second, I never heard of this before. Didn't know you could invest in these. I've been to them, sure, as many people have, but I never crossed my mind that it's something you can actually invest in. So that's kind of where it kind of put me down that rabbit hole to start researching and networking and just learning more about it. And again, just through that process, I met a couple guys that had just bought their first property and wanted to build a team and expand and do a lot more. And everything seemed to align just great for us. And that's where I came into the picture in 2021 and joined up with them.
Well, I hope I'm not asking it wrong. I'm going to ask this question anyway. You talk about returns on RV campgrounds. How do those returns differ from other returns? Give me some feedback. So I'm sure there are people out here who are pre-retired or in retirement, and looking at even people who are business owners. Small business owners have a problem. They don't always have good cash flow. And when they look for an investment, one of the things that hurts a lot of small business owners is that they run out of money on the investment, and they run out of money in the business. So let's give us some feedback on what type of cash flow or returns you're looking at when you're looking at RV campgrounds.
Sure. Well, first of all, with your point you said there, I mean, this is a fantastic type of investment for people that are, maybe want to add more income to their retirement. If they already have say a big retirement nest egg sitting somewhere, you can invest a portion of that into these types of assets and create that additional passive income while also building more wealth with that as well. So, so there's what's great about these compared to, say, again, multifamily, self-storage, or these are things that primarily your main income is the rent. You may have one or two other things, maybe some laundry or pet income or something, but usually not too many other streams of income other than just that main rent. With RV campgrounds, this is not just a rental property. This is a full-on business. So yes, we do rent out the spaces, like, to more or less a nightly type of rental. What we focus on are the resort vacation and campgrounds. These are not like a RV park, which is like a mobile home park where people live there year round. These are vacation resorts where you'd go to have a great time, spend some fun time with your friends and family, and then you go back home. So people are prepaying to come and stay here. It's like a short-term rental, or like an Airbnb, but at a multifamily scale in a sense. So we have the income that comes from those nightly or weekly or seasonal rentals that rent those RV spots. Or also we have cabins, or some properties have hotels or other things on them that, essentially that brings that nightly rental income. But on top of that, we have all the other ancillary income. So we've got, for example, potentially boat rentals or jet ski rentals. People may rent the golf carts to drive around the property. All the items that we sell in the camp store, like, food and snacks and just other knickknack, souvenir type items people will buy. You've got people that may, of course, pay for other services that may be needed. We don't charge in our properties. We don't charge for like the Wi-Fi. That's a great amenity that people need these days. Some places charge for them. We don't. But we charge back, for example, some of the utilities that in some cases may be included. We charge those back because that can get very high, especially the electricity when you have some electric vehicles that come through and suck up a lot of energy overnight. Then you've got just all the other activities. People may sign up to come and hang out for the day to come to a concert or come to some other event that's going on. Some of our properties, if they're like on a lake or a large pond, we may have an aqua park. It's basically people will pay like a day pass to come out there just to hang out and have fun playing on the lake, not even staying overnight or anything, but they'll come and pay to use the property basically. So all these different types of income can add up to that bottom line, which therefore creates a huge value potential and huge income potential on the property as well.
Tell me this, how do you feel RV, what impact is it having on the RV community?
Sure.
Beyonder, rather.
Well,
Beyonder impact.
Yeah. So with Beyonder Holdings and Beyonder Camp, which is our campground management company, we are trying to be really a major influence in the RV campground community. As of right now, it stands even for us when we were out trying to find what's the best tools to analyze campgrounds, or how do you know how to manage certain things operation wise. There's not much information that's out there, very, very little. And what is out there is typically more designed for those long-term kind of like RV park, mobile home park type of model. Not much on the this transient type of campground like we operate. So we had to create a lot of those things ourselves to be able to operate these properties. And so with that, we are trying to be a community resource for those that are looking for help or need advice on how to run or operate certain things, how to analyze a property. We've created a online mastery course, basically a program people can take to learn how to find and analyze campgrounds, properties. We are just launched a new podcast called Campground Catalyst that is specifically targeting and designed for campground owners, operators, managers, investors, kind of all the whole gambit of the campground community. Anybody that wants to learn or know more about it, even the RVers themselves, people that come stay at the campgrounds can get benefit from that. Around that, we've also created a full online community on Patreon platform where people can come on and basically like a forum. So again, campground owners, operators have questions, they can come on there, ask questions, and get answered by either people from our team or other campground owners who may have an answer for them as well, to kind of share resources and be a place where people can meet together and share ideas and all that. So, I ultimately we want to be known as the resource, the place you go to when you want to know anything about RV campgrounds.
That's a big difference from that and investing in other types of real estate. You really find you're putting in an entire community. People can connect with you. People who are looking to get into RVs. If I were going to do that, I'd have to go to your website and find out what it is. And I'm sure other people think the same way. How do I reach out to somewhere to find out what is an RV campground all about? Now, that's distinctly different.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. It's, like you said, for most other things that is out there, there's already lots of information or whatever you can gather. But this is really not much that you can find. So we want to make sure we are able to provide that resource and be the help for those that need it.
What is the end goal of Beyonder? Your long-term goal?
Yeah, well, we intend to continue buying more properties. So first of all, we buy and we also manage properties. We can also manage other third-party campgrounds if needed. But ultimately, I'd say in the next 10 years from now, we want to hold at least 100 properties. We are not looking just to buy these and get out of them, to make a quick buck or whatever. We want to hold these long-term, build up a big portfolio, build up the whole brand, be a household name. So when people think of, going to a campground, you're going to think of a Beyonder campground. That's kind of what we're building. We want to be nationwide, and we're building up everything around that. We've got a mascot. We've got great events we're putting on. We're going to start putting on, like a investor type of events where they can come out and meet with us, possibly even events or gatherings for other campground owners as well, to kind of meet with our community as well. So yeah, we're trying to be the name and the resource people think of when you think of a campground.
So what do we got to need right now to reach this goal? Anything specific or in general?
Sure. Yeah. Well, obviously, for us to purchase 100 properties, we're going to need a big influx of capital, right? So we do depend on investors. We're great for, again, single investors, but also for family offices or private equity groups, those that have large sums of money they need to deploy somewhere for a great return. We are seeking that type of capital to be able to purchase these properties and obviously go bigger and form bigger properties, even build ground up new development properties as well. So those that have that type of capital to deploy and would like to partner with us, we'd be happy to talk with them about that.
I think you've covered a lot of information. What you've done, you helped us understand the difference in just an RV campground that has a community that someone can be a part of, whether short-term or long-term. If they come back to something on an average basis or just a one-time shot, big difference. One more question I want to ask you here. This is an important question too. How can people reach out to you?
Sure. Well, I appreciate that. So one, you can obviously email me if you're those that can view this video. It's my email's on the screen here, don@beyondercamp.com. You can also find me. I'm active on LinkedIn and Facebook, very, very active on both those platforms. You can for sure find me there. Obviously, just go to our website, beyondercamp.com. You can reach out to myself or our team through that site as well.
You invite a lot of valuable information for our viewers today. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up for the day?
Boy, well, I just want to say, obviously, that for those that are, were like myself a few years ago, right, seeking for there's got to be something better out there, some higher returns, some possibilities that are available. Feel free to please reach out, and I'd love to talk to you more about it and get more in details. I'd say as well, this is something that for as an investor, kind of like I use this tagline on my screen, invest where you play, is that it's not just something you invest in and forget about it. This is something you can actually go to. We want you to go there, enjoy it, have fun with it, enjoy your investment. And the great thing about that is it gives you an opportunity to sit around with your friends and family and discuss investing and talk about, hey, I'm a part owner of this property, and kind of create a whole conversation around investing and financial freedom and all these things that you really want to talk to your friends and family about, but don't know how to really initiate the conversation. This would be a great place to go do it, have fun, and talk about that at the same time.
It'd be awful like a little family reunion, get a bunch of family members come out with
Yes.
different RVs. Don, I want to thank you for spending time with us today. I hope this is not a one-time. I want to see you come back for other times. I'm sure that investors are going to be looking at us throughout the year and have you pop in just to come and refresh them on what it all is all about, and tell them how they can get involved. Thank you so much again for coming to us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thanks.